Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about something very special. It is something that affects our lives every day. If I ask you which country is the most powerful in the world, many of you will probably say America. But have you ever wondered why? Why is the United States of America so strong? Why does it lead in things like money, the army, technology, and world influence? Is it only luck? Or is there a bigger reason behind it? In this story, we will talk about how America became so powerful. This is not just a history lesson. This is a story full of dreams, fights, new ideas, and leadership. You will learn where it all started and how it grew. If you stay with me until the end, I promise you will understand everything clearly. Also, this is a great chance for you to practice and improve your English. Let's begin the journey from the very start of America's story. When we talk about America's beginning, we usually think of the year 1776. That is when America became a new country. But actually, we need to go back even further to understand the full picture. Long before 1776, the land we now call the United States was home to Native American people. They had lived there for thousands of years. They had their own cultures, languages, and ways of living. These native tribes lived in peace with nature. They hunted, farmed, and shared strong family and community ties. But people in other parts of the world didn't know much about them at that time. This changed in the year 1492. A man named Christopher Columbus left Spain on a ship. He wanted to find a new path to Asia, but instead he found land in the Americas. Columbus was not the first European to visit these lands. The Vikings came earlier. But his trip was very important because it started a new time called colonization. After Columbus, more Europeans began to travel to the Americas. They were looking for land, gold, and better lives. They came from countries like Spain, France, and Britain. These countries wanted to take land and build new settlements. They fought with each other to get more land. In the end, the British gained the most important parts, especially on the East Coast. By the 1600s, British people started to live in North America. They built small towns and farms. These places were called colonies, and there were 13 of them. These 13 colonies were under British rule. That means Britain made the laws and collected taxes. But the people in the colonies had their own dreams and hopes for the future. They wanted to live freely, choose their own leaders, and have chances to grow. They did not like being controlled by a faraway king. They believed in freedom and the right to decide for themselves. This idea of freedom started to grow stronger. Over time, more people in the colonies became unhappy with the British rules and taxes. They felt it was unfair and wanted to make their own choices. People began to meet and talk about what to do. They wanted a better life for their families and their children. They wanted something new, something that had never been done before. So even before America became a country, the people there already had a strong spirit. They believed in hard work, freedom, and opportunity. That spirit helped shape what America would later become. The 13 colonies grew bigger and stronger. People came from all over Europe to start new lives. They built homes, farms, schools, and businesses. Their communities grew every year. Even though they were still part of Britain, many colonists began to think of themselves as Americans. They loved the land and the life they were building. They wanted a country that was their own. This dream would soon lead to something very big, the fight for independence. But before we talk about that, it's important to remember that America's story started long before the war. It began with Native Americans, explorers, settlers, and people who had big dreams. It was shaped by both hope and hardship. This mix of cultures, ideas, and struggles helped build the foundation of the United States. So, to understand why America is powerful today, we have to remember where it all began. It didn't happen quickly. It started with people who were ready to work hard and take risks for a better future. In the next chapter, we will talk about how the colonies decided to break away from Britain and become a new nation. That moment changed everything. Get ready to learn how America took its first big step toward becoming a superpower. Even though the colonies were growing, they were still under British rule. Britain made the laws and took taxes from the colonists. Many people in the colonies started to feel unhappy. They believed they should be able to rule themselves. The colonists thought it was unfair to pay taxes to a king who lived far away. They had no voice in the British government. Over time, their anger grew stronger, and they began to ask for freedom and fair treatment. Many meetings were held, and people talked about what to do. They were tired of being controlled. The idea of starting a new country where they could make their own rules became more popular among the colonists. In 1776, some leaders came together to make a very big decision. These men included George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin. They decided it was time to break away from Britain and become a free country. They wrote a powerful document called the Declaration of Independence. It explained why they wanted freedom. It said that all people should have rights and that the government should protect those rights. They were ready to start something new, but Britain did not want to let go of the colonies. They still wanted control. So a long war began. It was called the American Revolutionary War. The colonists had to fight hard for their freedom. The war lasted 8 long years. It was not easy. The American colonists had fewer soldiers and weapons, but they had a strong belief in freedom. They kept fighting and never gave up, even when things got very difficult. In 1783, something amazing happened. The United States of America won the war. Britain finally accepted that the colonies were now a new and independent country. The dream of freedom had become real at last. At that time, America was a small and new country, but the people had big dreams. They wanted to grow, to build a better future, and to make their new country strong and full of opportunities. The leaders of this new nation believed in moving forward. They had a plan to grow the land, the economy, and the people's chances. They looked westward, where there was a lot of open land to explore and settle. In 1703, the United States made a deal with France. It was called the Louisiana Purchase. America bought a huge piece of land which doubled the size of the country in just one night. It was a big moment. After that, many people moved west. Families packed their things and went to look for land, jobs, and better lives. Some faced hard times, but others found success and built homes, farms, and towns in new places. In 1848, something exciting happened in California. Gold was discovered there. This started the gold rush. Thousands of people from all over came to California hoping to find gold and get rich. It brought more people and money to the country. As the country grew, big changes began to happen. This time was called the Industrial Revolution. America started to build factories, railroads, and cities. People began working in new jobs and making more goods than ever before. By the late 1800s, the United States was not just a small new country anymore. It was becoming very rich and powerful. The economy was growing fast, and people were building a modern life with new tools and machines. But not everything was peaceful. One of the biggest problems in American history happened in the 1860s. The country was divided over a very serious issue: slavery. Some people wanted to end it, while others wanted to keep it. The southern states used slaves for farm work and did not want to stop. But the northern states believed that slavery was wrong and should be ended. This disagreement led to a terrible conflict called the Civil War. In 1861, the North and South went to war. It was a long and bloody fight that lasted 4 years. Many people died, and the country suffered. It was one of the hardest times in American history. In the end, the North won the war. Slavery was abolished, which means it was made illegal. The country was damaged but came back together. America became a stronger and more united nation after this terrible war. The Civil War was a big test for the young country. It showed that even though America had problems, it could survive and grow. The fight for freedom and justice continued, and the country kept moving forward. This chapter in America's story shows that freedom is not easy. It takes hard work, courage, and strong leaders. The people believed in their dreams and kept going, even when things were difficult or painful. Now the United States was free, bigger, and more connected. It had new land, growing cities, and new industries. But more challenges would come in the future. America's journey to becoming a world leader was only just beginning. After the Civil War ended, the United States started growing very fast. This time of quick growth happened in the late 1800s and early 1900s. People started new businesses, cities grew bigger, and new machines changed how people worked and lived. This time in history is often called the Gilded Age. It was a time when America began to shine with money and power. Big companies made more products, and people found many new ways to earn money and live better lives. The railroad system connected the entire country. Trains carried people and goods across long distances. This helped businesses sell their products in many places. It also made it easier for families to move and start new lives in the West. Factories started appearing in many cities. These places made everything from clothes to tools to cars. Workers were needed. So many people moved from farms to cities to find jobs. The country was changing very quickly during this time. Inventions like the telephone and electricity became part of everyday life. People could now talk to others far away. Homes and streets had lights at night. These changes made life more comfortable and connected than ever before. By the year 1900, the United States was one of the richest countries in the world. It had strong factories, busy cities, and more inventions than most other countries. America was becoming a leader in business and technology. But becoming the most powerful country in the world did not happen overnight. It took time, hard work, and smart ideas. America needed to grow in money, technology, and military strength to take that top position in the world. One of the biggest reasons for America's success was something called the Industrial Revolution. During this time, the country changed from mostly farming to building and producing things in large factories. The economy grew fast. New industries appeared, and older ones became bigger and stronger. America started to make and sell goods at a level no one had seen before. These changes gave the country great power. The steel industry was one of the most important parts of this growth. The U.S. had a lot of iron and coal, which were used to make steel. Steel was needed to build trains, bridges, and buildings all over the country. A man named Andrew Carnegie helped grow the steel business. He found ways to make steel cheaper and faster. He became one of the richest people in the world. His steel helped America build stronger cities and better transportation. Another big industry was oil. Oil became very important because it powered machines, cars, and even ships. John D. Rockefeller started a company called Standard Oil, which became the biggest oil company in the world at that time. Rockefeller made billions of dollars and turned oil into a key part of the American economy. Thanks to him, the U.S. produced more oil than any other country, and oil became a major source of energy around the world. At the same time, railroads were built across the land. Trains could carry goods from one side of the country to the other. This made trade easier and helped towns grow. Businesses could now sell things in many different states. Transportation became faster and more organized. People could travel far for work or to visit family. Goods like food and tools moved quickly across states. This helped the economy grow even more every year. Factories also changed how things were made. In the past, people made products by hand. Now, with machines and assembly lines, things could be made faster and cheaper. This helped companies make more money and pay more workers. Henry Ford, the man who started the Ford Car Company, introduced the assembly line. His idea helped cars be made quickly. Because of this, more people could afford cars. America became the top car maker in the world. All of these changes made the American economy very strong by the early 1900s. The U.S. had more machines, better ideas, and more workers than other countries. This gave America a big advantage in business and trade. With factories, trains, and strong companies, the country was growing into a real power. The way people worked and lived was changing every day. More people were living in cities, using machines, and enjoying modern comforts. The Industrial Revolution did not just change the economy, it also changed the way people thought. Americans began to believe that anything was possible. With hard work and smart ideas, they believed they could build a better future. Many people moved to America from other countries during this time. They came looking for jobs, freedom, and new chances. America welcomed them, and they helped build the country with their hard work and dreams. The world started to see America as a strong and rich nation. It was no longer a young country trying to find its place. It was quickly becoming a world leader in business, technology, and industry. But even with all this success, more big events were coming. One of them would be the First World War. That war would show the world even more about America's power, and it would help shape what came next. By the early 1900s, America was already growing fast and becoming stronger. But it was World War I, which happened from 1914 to 1918, that pushed the United States into the spotlight as a world leader. At first, America stayed out of the war. countries in Europe were fighting each other, and the U.S. chose not to get involved. But in 1917, something changed, and America decided to join the war against Germany and its friends. America had a strong and growing army. It also had modern weapons and equipment. It sent food, weapons, and money to help other countries. This made the American economy stronger, while others were spending all their resources on fighting. When the war ended in 1918, much of Europe was in ruins. Cities were destroyed, people had lost their homes, and economies were broken. But America came out of the war stronger than before and with less damage. The United States became the richest country in the world after the war. While other countries were trying to fix what was broken, America was opening new businesses, making new products, and growing its middle class. People had jobs, homes, and money to spend. New machines, cars, and radios became part of daily life. The future looked bright, and many believed that America would keep getting better and richer. But in 1929, everything changed. The stock market crashed, and that started the Great Depression. It was one of the worst times in American history. Millions of people lost their jobs, and businesses closed everywhere. Many families lost their homes and savings. Long lines for food became normal. People who once had good jobs were now poor. The economy had collapsed, and it was a time full of sadness and worry. But America did not give up. Slowly, the country worked to fix things. New programs helped people get jobs again. Factories reopened, and the country began to rebuild its economy step by step. Then came another big event, World War II, which lasted from 1939 to 1945. Like before, America stayed out of the war at the beginning. But in 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, and the U.S. had no choice but to join. World War II changed everything for America. The country became the arsenal of democracy. That means America made most of the weapons, tanks, ships, and airplanes for itself and its allies. American factories worked all day and night. They produced military equipment faster than ever. This created millions of jobs and helped the economy grow stronger. The war actually helped pull America out of the Great Depression. People worked in factories, built machines, and supported the soldiers. The whole country came together to help win the war. Women also joined the workforce in large numbers, doing jobs that were once only for men. In 1945, the United States made a powerful decision. It dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan, one on Hiroshima and another on Nagasaki. These bombs were very destructive and led Japan to surrender. No other country had nuclear weapons at that time. This gave America a strong military advantage and showed the world that the United States had the most powerful technology in history. After the war, America stood at the top. It was not just a strong country, it was now the strongest country in the world. No other nation had as much money, power, or influence. But a new challenge began soon after. The United States faced a powerful rival, the Soviet Union, also known as Russia. These two countries had very different ideas and goals. This led to the Cold War, which lasted from 1947 to 1991. It was not a war with guns and bombs, but a battle of ideas, power, and fear. Both sides wanted to be the #1 superpower. America believed in democracy and freedom. The Soviet Union believed in communism and control. These ideas were very different, and each country tried to spread its own system to the rest of the world. Even though they did not fight directly, The U.S. and the Soviet Union competed in many ways. They built more weapons, sent rockets into space, and tried to influence other countries. This time of high tension shaped much of the modern world. But through it all, America continued to grow stronger and became a true world leader in technology, business, and culture. The Cold War was only the beginning of America's role as a superpower. In the next part of the story, we'll see how it used this power to shape the world and lead in ways no other country could. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union became the two most powerful countries in the world, but they had very different ideas. America believed in democracy and capitalism, while the Soviet Union believed in communism and control. Each side wanted to show that its system was better. This competition was called the Cold War. It was not a real war with battles, but a time of fear, spying, and fighting for power in many different ways around the world. To stay strong, America built the biggest and most powerful military. It also made friends with other countries and created a group called NATO. This group promised to protect each other if anyone was attacked. America also spent a lot of money on science and technology. It wanted to stay ahead of the Soviet Union. This led to the space race, where both countries tried to be the first to explore space. In 1969, America became the first country to land a man on the moon. This showed the world that the United States was a leader not just on Earth, but also in space. It was a proud moment for the country. During this time, America's economy grew quickly. It became the largest exporter of goods in the world. This means that America made and sold more things to other countries than any other nation. By the late 1900s, the Cold War started to come to an end. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. It broke into smaller countries, and its system of communism was no longer in control. America became the only superpower left. After that, the United States entered a new age of leadership. In the late 20th and early 21st century, it became a world leader in innovation. American companies started to change how people lived and worked around the globe. This time was called the Digital Revolution. It was a period where computers, the internet, and new technology became a part of everyday life. Much of this change was led by companies in the United States. Microsoft, started by Bill Gates, became a leader in the computer industry. Its software helped millions of people around the world use computers for school, work, and daily life. It changed how people use technology. Apple, founded by Steve Jobs, created new and exciting products. These included personal computers, smartphones, and tablets. Apple made technology easy and fun for everyone to use, and its products became popular all over the world. Google became the top search engine, helping people find information in seconds. Facebook connected people from different countries. Amazon made online shopping easy. Tesla built electric cars and worked on clean energy. All of these were American companies. These companies became leaders in areas like the internet, artificial intelligence, and e-commerce. Their ideas and products touched every corner of the world and made America even more powerful in global technology. One of the biggest reasons America stays powerful is because of the U.S. dollar. Almost 90% of world trade is done using dollars. This means that most countries buy and sell using American money, not their own. Even countries like China, India, Germany, and Japan keep large amounts of U.S. dollars in their banks. They use it for safety and for trading. It shows how much trust the world has in the U.S. financial system. Oil and gold, two of the most valuable things in the world, are also bought and sold using U.S. dollars. This means that if any country wants to buy oil, it first has to get American money. In the 1970s, America made a special deal with Saudi Arabia. The deal was simple. Saudi Arabia would only sell oil in U.S. dollars. That meant every country had to buy dollars before it could buy oil. This made the U.S. dollar even stronger. Since oil is needed by every country, this deal helped America control a big part of world trade. The dollar became the most important currency in the world. America's central bank is called the Federal Reserve. It controls how many dollars are printed and how interest rates change. If the U.S. wants to affect other countries, it can use the power of money to do it. For example, by printing more dollars or changing interest rates, America can make it harder for other countries to compete. No other country has this much control over global money and banking systems. The U.S. dollar is called the global reserve currency. This means that many countries keep their savings in American dollars because they believe it is safe and strong. It gives the U.S. great influence over the world economy. Even when other countries become richer or stronger, they still need to use the U.S. dollar. This helps keep America powerful in business, finance, and international trade, no matter what happens in other parts of the world. Along with its economic power, America also has the world's largest and strongest military. It is not only big in size, but also modern in its technology and equipment. This gives it the ability to act anywhere, anytime. What makes the U.S. military special is its global presence. It has more than 700 military bases in over 80 countries. This allows the U.S. to respond quickly to problems or threats anywhere on the planet. The United States spends more money on its military than the next 10 countries combined. It has the best fighter jets, warships, tanks, drones, and even weapons in space. It leads in both traditional and modern warfare. Because of its power, very few countries dare to directly fight or challenge the United States. It is not just a strong country. It is a country that can protect itself and its allies all over the world. One big reason America is so powerful is because of its strong military. The United States has more than 750 military bases in over 80 countries. This means it can send forces almost anywhere in the world very quickly. No other country has such a wide military reach. If a problem happens far away, America can respond within hours. It has ships, planes, and soldiers ready in many parts of the world at all times. The United States spends more money on its military than the next 10 countries combined. This includes countries like China, Russia, and India. The U.S. wants to stay far ahead in defense and security. The American military has the most advanced equipment. It uses powerful fighter jets, smart drones, silent submarines, and nuclear weapons. It leads in modern warfare using technology and smart machines. The U.S. also leads in cyber defense and space military systems. It uses artificial intelligence, or AI, to help protect the country and prepare for future threats. This gives it an edge over other nations. The U.S. Navy is the biggest and most powerful in the world. American ships sail in all major oceans. They help keep trade routes safe and make sure no other country can stop global trade. Because of its Navy, the U.S. can protect shipping paths and respond to any danger in the sea. This is very important, as much of the world's goods are moved by ships across oceans. The United States is also one of the main founders of NATO, which is a group of over 30 countries that have agreed to protect each other. If one country is attacked, all NATO countries can fight back together. This alliance makes America even stronger. If another country thinks about attacking the U.S. or its friends, it knows that NATO will respond quickly. This helps keep peace in many parts of the world. Because of its military strength, very few countries want to challenge America directly. The U.S. can show its power anywhere, anytime. It is the only country with that kind of reach and ability. But power today is not only about armies and weapons. In the modern world, power also comes from data, social media, and artificial intelligence. The United States leads in all of these new areas. AI is the future, and America is leading the way in AI research and development. Companies like OpenAI, Google, DeepMind, and NVIDIA are making powerful AI tools that can change the world. AI is now being used in healthcare, business, and even military planning. These tools are helping doctors, scientists, and soldiers work faster and smarter. America stays ahead by using this technology well. Another important tool America controls is the SWIFT banking system. Most global money transfers go through SWIFT. This system is led by the U.S. and its allies, giving them big control over the world's financial system. With control over banking, the internet, and technology, America can influence other countries. It can affect trade, elections, and even world news. No other country in history has had this much global power. American culture is also seen everywhere in the world. Brands like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and Nike are found in almost every country. Even people who don't like U.S. politics still love its brands. These companies sell more than just products. They sell a way of life. Fast food, casual clothes, and busy city lifestyles are now common in many countries, thanks to American influence. The English language is also a big part of this global power. English is the main language used in business, science, and diplomacy. Most top universities and tech companies use English every day. If someone wants to succeed in the modern world, learning English is often necessary. This helps spread American ideas and culture, even in places where English is not the native language. This language advantage helps the United States stay powerful without even trying. Just by using English, people around the world become part of America's global influence in some way. America's movies, music, and fashion also shape how people live and think. Hollywood, based in the U.S., is the most famous movie industry in the world. Its films are watched in almost every country. Blockbuster movies like Titanic, Avatar, and The Avengers are just a few examples. These films not only entertain people, but also share American values like freedom, courage, and hope. The way American movies tell stories has become the model for films in other countries, too. Many filmmakers around the world use Hollywood-style effects and storylines to attract big audiences. American music has a big impact as well. Styles like pop, rock, hip-hop, and jazz all started in the U.S. Artists like Michael Jackson, Beyoncé, and Taylor Swift have fans in almost every corner of the planet. Even in countries where English isn't spoken, people listen to American music, wear American clothes, and follow American trends. These things make the U.S. feel close, even if it's far away. America's cultural power is not just in entertainment. It's in the way people work, dress, and think about success. Many people believe in the American dream, that with hard work, anything is possible. This idea has inspired people across the world. It teaches that your future depends on your effort, not your background. That message gives hope and motivation to millions of people. With its military strength, advanced technology, global companies, and cultural influence, America has power in many forms. It is not just the strongest country. It is also the most present in everyday life around the world. American movies are popular all around the world. People in almost every country watch them in theaters, on TV, or online. These films often become global hits and influence the way people tell stories or use film technology in other countries. Famous movies like Titanic, The Avengers, and Avatar have made billions of dollars worldwide. These films broke international records and showed that Hollywood is more than just an American industry. It is a global entertainment leader with wide influence. Hollywood movies often share ideas about freedom, dreams, and personal success. These stories help people in other countries learn about American culture. They also inspire people to believe in hope, hard work, and the chance to build a better life. Even countries with their own film industries use some ideas from American movies. They may add special effects, action scenes, or storytelling styles that come from Hollywood. This shows how strong America's influence is on filmmaking around the world. Music from the United States also reaches people in every part of the world. For many years, American music has been at the top. Artists like Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Beyoncé, and Taylor Swift have fans everywhere. American music covers many styles: pop, rock, hip-hop, country, and jazz. These sounds have traveled across oceans and entered people's lives in many countries. People listen to them on the radio, watch music videos, or dance to them at parties. In fact, the influence of American music is so strong that even singers from non-English speaking countries try to become famous in the U.S. They know that success in the American music market means global fame and bigger chances. American TV shows are also loved by audiences around the world. Series like Friends, Breaking Bad, and Stranger Things have millions of fans. People watch them again and again, often learning English at the same time. Streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus make it easy for people to access American shows. These platforms are based in the United States and send entertainment to homes across the planet in just a few clicks. Because people watch so much American content, they also learn about American life. This spreads not only the English language, but also American ideas, habits, and views on many everyday topics like family, love, and success. Even small things in daily life are shaped by American culture. Drinking coffee while walking, wearing jeans as casual clothes, and working in open office spaces all became popular because of American influence on work and lifestyle. The way people think about building a career or starting a business is also inspired by American ideas. Many believe in working hard and chasing dreams, no matter where they come from. This belief has spread far beyond U.S. borders. The idea that anyone can succeed with enough effort is known as the American dream. It has become a symbol of hope for people around the world who want to improve their lives through hard work and personal growth. In 1969, the United States became the first country to land a man on the moon. This was a huge moment in history. It showed that America was leading the world in science, space, and advanced technology. Since then, NASA, America's space agency, has continued to lead in space missions. It sends satellites into orbit, plans trips to Mars, and works with private companies to improve space travel for the future. One of those private companies is SpaceX, which is also based in the United States. It works on new rockets and space missions. America's leadership in space shows that it wants to stay ahead in science and discovery. America also leads the world in the digital age. The internet, social media, and smart technology were all greatly shaped by American companies. These tools have changed how people talk, learn, and do business. Websites like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter were created in the U.S. They let people around the world share photos, videos, and messages instantly. This has made global communication faster and easier than ever before. Google, another American company, has made it simple to search for information on any topic. People now use it daily to find answers, learn new things, and explore the world from their phone or computer. Because of these tools, knowledge is no longer limited. Anyone with internet access can learn and grow. This gives people more power and freedom, and much of this comes from American innovation in technology and digital tools. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is also becoming a big part of the future. American companies are leading in this field too. AI can help doctors, businesses, teachers, and more. It is another way America shapes the modern world. So whether it's movies, music, TV, space, or technology, America's influence can be seen everywhere. It touches how people live, what they enjoy, and how they dream. That's why its cultural and digital power is so strong today. The United States is home to some of the best hospitals and research centers in the world. Places like the Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins University have created many new medical treatments that save lives and help people live longer, healthier lives. Many important vaccines and medical technologies were first developed in America. These tools have helped doctors around the world. American researchers continue to find new ways to fight diseases and make healthcare better for everyone. During the COVID-19 pandemic, American drug companies worked very fast. Companies like Pfizer and Moderna made vaccines in record time. These vaccines helped stop the virus and saved millions of lives around the world. The United States also has the largest economy in the world. Its economy is worth more than $26 trillion. This makes America a very important country for global trade and business. Many of the world's biggest companies are based in the U.S. These businesses attract investors from all over the globe who want to be part of America's strong and growing economy. American companies are found in almost every country. They sell things like computers, phones, food, clothes, and even farm products. This helps keep the global economy moving and creates jobs both in the U.S. and abroad. The U.S. is known as the land of opportunity. In America, small businesses can grow into large companies. People with ideas can start something new, even if they begin with very little money or support. This spirit of innovation has led to some of the world's richest and most successful business leaders. People like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates started with ideas that changed how people live and work. Elon Musk helped bring electric cars into everyday life. Jeff Bezos changed the way people shop online. Bill Gates made computers easy to use. All of them built their companies in America, where big ideas are supported. One thing that makes America different is its belief in freedom and opportunity. It doesn't matter where you were born or who your parents are. What matters is your effort, your ideas, and your drive to succeed. For many years, America has been a place where talent and hard work are rewarded. People from all over the world come to the U.S. because they believe they can build a better life there. This belief has made America a strong and hopeful country. It is open to new ideas, different cultures, and creative thinking. That openness has helped America grow faster and lead the world in many areas. Unlike some other powerful countries, America does not only depend on land, military, or money. Its biggest strength comes from its people, the dreamers, the builders, and the problem solvers who work hard every day. America welcomes people from every background. No matter your race, religion, or country, you can find a place to belong and contribute. This mix of people makes the country stronger and more creative. Some of the brightest minds in the world have moved to America. For example, Albert Einstein, a famous scientist, was born in Germany but did his best work in the U.S. America gave him a place to grow and share his ideas. Another example is Elon Musk, who was born in South Africa. He came to America with big dreams. In the U.S., he found the support and freedom he needed to build companies like Tesla and SpaceX. America continues to attract smart and talented people. That's because the country offers endless chances for growth. People feel they can try new things and make a difference in the world. In many other countries, strong traditions and social rules make it hard for people to change their lives. In the U.S., people are judged more by their work and their ideas than by their background or status. This is one of the reasons why America remains a top world power. It gives everyone a chance to rise no matter where they start. That kind of freedom creates new businesses, inventions, and leaders every day. America's success comes from being open to change. It listens to new ideas and supports people who think differently. This is what helps the country grow, improve, and lead others in the modern world. So, while other nations may be strong in different ways, America stands out because of its people, its belief in freedom, and its support for creativity and innovation. These values help it stay a global leader. America is a country where people are not judged by where they come from. If someone has a great idea or wants to start a business, they can do it. They are not held back by their background or social status. In many countries, success depends on family name or class. In America, it depends more on your hard work, your ideas, and your effort. If you work hard, you can move ahead and create a better life for yourself. This is why many of the world's most successful business leaders, scientists, and artists are from the United States. America gives people the tools, freedom, and support they need to make their dreams come true. One major reason America stays number one is its focus on innovation. The country keeps coming up with new ideas. It leads the world in science, technology, medicine, space exploration, and artificial intelligence. Cities like Silicon Valley are famous for creativity. People from around the world come there to build new things. It is a place where smart minds work together to find better solutions and change the future. The U.S. government also supports research. It spends money to help scientists, inventors, and companies grow. This support helps America stay ahead in the world of innovation and development. But America's power does not come only from new ideas. It also comes from having the world's strongest military. The U.S. spends more money on defense than many other countries combined. The American military is strong on land, in the air, at sea, and even in space. It uses modern technology and well-trained forces to protect the country and its allies from any danger. The U.S. Navy is the largest in the world. It helps keep ocean trade routes open and safe. These routes are important because many countries depend on them for food, goods, and fuel. The U.S. Air Force controls the skies with advanced planes and technology. At the same time, the Army and Marines protect American interests in different parts of the world. There are American military bases in many countries. These bases help the U.S. respond quickly to any threat. They also show that America is present and strong in many important places around the globe. Some people wonder if America will stay the most powerful country. Other nations like China are growing fast. But history has shown that the U.S. is very good at changing and growing stronger over time. America has a special ability to adapt. When the world changes, America finds new ways to lead. This is one reason why it has stayed strong for so many years, while other countries have fallen behind. The U.S. is not just powerful because of its army or money. Its strength also comes from its culture, technology, and people. This mix makes it hard for other nations to catch up soon. As long as America keeps supporting innovation, accepting diversity, and protecting democracy, it will likely remain the world's top power. These values help the country improve and stay ready for the future. We have seen many reasons why the United States is a global powerhouse. Its economy, military, creativity, and influence make it one of the most important and powerful countries in history. But this does not mean America is perfect. No country in the world is perfect. Every place has its own problems. The U.S. has strengths, but it also faces real challenges that must be solved. Even powerful nations have things to improve. What makes a country great is not being perfect, but being willing to change, to learn, and to grow better over time. In the final part, we will look at some of the problems America faces today. Understanding both the good and the bad gives us a more complete and honest picture of the country. Now, let's take a moment to talk about some of the problems America faces today. Although it is a strong and powerful country, it also has real issues that affect many people's daily lives across the country. One major issue is home ownership. Many people in America dream of owning a house, but for a large number of families, that dream is still out of reach. Around 65% of people own homes, while the rest still rent. This means that about 35% of Americans cannot afford to buy a home. Houses are expensive in many cities, and prices keep rising. For many, saving enough money for a house is becoming harder each year. Another problem is the growing gap between rich and poor. Some Americans are billionaires, but many others live paycheck to paycheck. They work hard, but still struggle to pay bills, rent, or save money for the future. The richest 1% of Americans now own more wealth than the bottom 90% combined. This shows a big difference in income and opportunity, making life harder for many people while a few grow richer and richer. Healthcare is another serious challenge in the United States. While America has great doctors and top hospitals, it does not have free or low-cost health care like many other developed countries. In the U.S., people must pay a lot of money for medical care. Many do not have health insurance, and even those who do often pay large amounts for treatment, medicine, or doctor visits. On average, an American spends more than $11,000 each year on health care. This makes it the most expensive healthcare system in the world, and many people avoid going to the doctor because of high costs. When people skip medical visits, their health often gets worse. This leads to more problems later and makes it harder for families to stay healthy. Many wish health care could be easier and cheaper for everyone. Obesity is another health problem in the U.S. More than 40% of Americans are considered obese. This means they are much heavier than a healthy weight, which can lead to serious problems like diabetes or heart disease. Fast food is common and easy to get, but it is often unhealthy. People are also busier now, which leads to less exercise and poor eating habits. These things all add to the growing health crisis in the country. America spends billions of dollars each year on obesity-related health problems. Compared to other rich nations, the U.S. has some of the highest numbers of people dealing with weight-related illnesses and long-term health issues. Education in America is both good and difficult. The U.S. has some of the best universities in the world, like Harvard and MIT. Many students from other countries dream of studying there because of the high quality. However, college in the U.S. is also very expensive. The average student leaves school with over $30,000 in debt. Some people spend 10 or 20 years paying back student loans after they graduate. In many European countries, college is free or costs very little. But in America, students often start their adult lives already facing large financial pressure because of the high cost of education. Another serious issue is homelessness. Even though America is very rich, more than 600,000 people in the U.S. experience homelessness on any given night. Many have no place to sleep, no job, and no access to health care. Big cities like Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco have seen the problem grow worse. High rent, low wages, and a lack of low-cost housing have made it harder for people to find a safe place to live. Some people also suffer from mental health problems or drug addiction, which makes it harder for them to keep a job or stay in housing. Homelessness is a growing problem that needs better solutions. So, what can we learn from all of this? First, it is important to remember that no country is perfect. America is strong, but it has problems too, just like every other country in the world. Strength does not mean perfection. Every country has its own challenges. Some may deal with poverty, others with health care, education, or political issues. The key is to recognize these problems and try to fix them. Instead of just praising or criticizing a country, it's better to learn from each other. America has great ideas, strong innovation, and global leadership. But other countries are also doing well in healthcare or education. Real power comes from learning and improving. When we respect each nation's strengths and understand their weaknesses, we can grow together and build a better world for everyone.